a bill that came, but I put it in the total, because I hadn't run the agenda yet, but it's in the opens, and it's from the attorney for some stuff that the treasurer was working on. And also, there's an announcement about some summertime help that's they're looking for St. Clair County Road. That'll be under announcements. And we're going to need some direction from the board to put a resolution together for the property that we purchased on Marine City Highway that we bought this past year, at 15.56 acres. So those are the only things that are added.
I've got a few changes.
You got some more things? Okay.
Well, I don't have more, but I have on the agenda, which is well, I guess it would be under announcements.
Okay.
G3. Actually, I don't know why that's under announcements, but I did ask for it to be an agenda item. Mine, there were two of them that I requested. Mine, which was dispersed and undispersed taxes, that I spoke with our attorney about, with your permission. That should go now under old or unfinished business, because that's been resolved.
Okay.
And then the other
So we're going to move G3 then to E1.
D1.
Okay.
And then the request on the update, I know we can't have a closed session without an attorney, but I wanted to have that on the agenda because I think it's the first time we've ever just had it on the agenda. It should be under new business. And that was more for an update by you and a request, if necessary, for an attorney to be scheduled for a public board meeting, so that if the board members have other questions, we can discuss that under the item.
Okay, well, you want to put that under new business then?
That's what I had asked for, yes.
Okay. All right, with those changes, are we ready to take the consent agenda as presented with those changes? A motion to do so, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented with additions and any deletions.
And I need a second.
I'll second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second on the agenda. All in favor signify by saying aye. God bless you.
Thank you.
Does that count? Here, honey.
Yes, and aye.
Oh, you got
I
your
brought a
own?
heavy-duty one.
Oh, okay, very good. Roll call vote, please.
Tom?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Motion carried. All right, the very first thing we're going to do here is our special speaker. His name is Mr. Ed Weichler.
Thank you.
Okay. He's with Blue Water Area Banner Project, and he's got some banners he wants to discuss for two local vets. Ed, would you come to the podium, please, and kind of give us a rundown on where you're from and what you do and what you want to do?
My name is Ed Weichler. I am the reluctant face and voice of this banner project for a project that I'm very passionate about. I take my marching orders from the St. Clair County Department of Veterans Affairs. They are running the lead on this project. It is their signature project. All veterans, when they go through basics, the one thing that is ingrained to the very marrow of our existence is that we leave no one left behind. And with that in mind, that's kind of the spine of this project. The Blue Water Fallen Heroes Banner Project will display the faces of hopefully 580 St. Clair County GIs who died while in service to their country since World War I. And the scope of our project is to harvest the photographs of all of those 580. I have left each of you with a list of area photographs and municipalities of GIs that we are still looking for. Two of them we know are from Cottrellville Township. One is Shane Riefert, and I have his photograph, and the other one is Laverne Dodge, and I believe there's an Alexander Dodge. I'm still trying to get information on his address, but I know Laverne Dodge, a World War II sacrifice, was also from Cottrellville Township. So we're hoping that you might be able to steer some of their family members or relatives who can call our hotline number, which is on that file card stock that's in front of you, to call our 24/7 hotline and set up an appointment. If they can't come to Port Huron, we will come here. We've driven as far as Houghton Lake to scan a photograph. We've driven as far as Perry, Michigan, which is everybody's favorite stop if you're heading west on 69. We've been all over Wayne, Oklahoma, Macomb County to scan a singular photograph. This project drives us, and it is driven by the families and the memories of these GIs who, well, they were all kids. They grew up immediately, but they never grew old. And our intent is to put them up in the municipalities, villages, hamlets that they grew up in a week before Memorial Day and a week after Memorial Day. I will tell you right up front, the banners do not belong to the municipalities. They do not belong to any veterans posts that reside within those municipalities. What we're trying to do is to make this project, brace yourself, non-divisive, no politics, no community versus community. The project personifies us and we, not I and me. So that's why the banners are the sole property of the Department of Veterans Affairs. Everybody displays them at the same time. They come down, the Department of Veterans Affairs and/or its volunteers will pick them up. This is one of 6 that we have printed. They're printed on both sides. They're 18 mil vinyl. They are constructed of quality to start with that will hopefully outlive us all. And one of the relative to the size that I'm going to need from you or whoever does your displays, your seasonal displays, you can see that there's pockets above and below. Our criteria for printing these is that the pockets do not are not dielectric seamed, in other words, welded. They're triple stitch at the top, triple stitch at the bottom, and grommets if you don't have the hardware, the horizontal hardware to display them. So we need to know ahead of time how it is that you would like to display them, and the decision as to where you display them is up to you. This is your community. And all we ask is that you figure out where would be the best place to display the sacrifice of the GIs who entered the service from your own community. Our project went public Veterans Day, November 11th of 2018, and we flew under the radar for about 18 months, 16, 17, 18 months, trying to make this as collaborative as possible. This is, a lot of municipalities will do this across the country. Pennsylvania is really big in doing this in many states. Traverse City does it, Lapeer, Michigan does it, Sault Ste. Marie does it. However, this project is the only one in the United States that is county-wide. That's bragging rights. And you'll notice that we could have put St. Clair County below the flag. We chose not to, for the simple fact that we are hoping, I hope this is wood, that Sanilac and Huron County, and heaven forbid Macomb would even entertain the thought of coming on board. We own the copyright for this template. So if they choose to come on board, the template would be the same from Algonac to the tip of the thumb. What would that say about us as a collective of counties and municipalities? You can't buy that kind of marketing. It's an us and a we, not I and me. There's a role for everyone to play in this project, and no one role is more important than the other. We have had people who are homebound who get on the phone and call a distant relative out of state. Do you still have a photograph of so-and-so? And the photograph shows up in the mail to that relative, or mailed to that caller within a couple of weeks. And all we're looking for is an opportunity to scan the photograph. We do high-resolution scans, and that started out as a wallet-sized photograph, and you could blow that up to 1 story tall and not lose any detail. Most office and home scanners will scan up to 600 DPI, dots per inch. The scanner that we purchased for this project will scan up to 9,600. So we can take a wallet-sized photograph, hand it to the printer after it's scanned, and make it 1 story tall if we chose to do that without losing any nuance or detail in the face. We can't bring them back to life, but we can bring their likeness back to the main streets of the town that they grew up in every year, 2 weeks out of the year. That's our project.
Now, how many of these can we get? Are you only gonna give us one, or?
Well, at this point, we only know of 2. Shane Reifert, his dad is a strong supporter of this project. He's provided Shane's photograph. In fact, this is the one I want to print next because it's very contemporary, and I'm sure you've all seen it. Pardon me for walking in front of you. That's a powerful image. And Laverne Dodge. But as our research continues in this project, we know all 580 names. We just need to find the families. There may be more for Cottrellville Township. We want to be respectful of the individual townships and villages that were impacted in 1991, I think, when the postal zip code realignment went into effect, and all of a sudden, you had a house that hadn't moved, but this is now in a different municipality or village. So we want these banners to reflect the contemporary address. So that means going back to the census, back to, you do the math and finding out what that GI's last home address was, and then apply that to what we have for 2020.
When we talked a little while ago, you had said that they have to be on a main highway like M29 or 25 or...
Well, I use that as a description because those highways are thoroughfares. If you were to choose to put them here or in a township park, and I'm not from Cottrellville Township, so I don't know. That's up to you.
Well, that's what I was thinking. If we could get like 2 sets of stuff, we could keep one here on the, right here on the sidewalk where people could drive in and see it. And then we have a township park along M29 too, in Roberts Landing, that we could display them there.
As long as you understand that you would only be in possession of those banners those 2 weeks, that we would pick them up. That's something we could explore, but it's up to this body to decide where they would best reflect on the sacrifice of the individual communities, rather than take them and put them on some dirt road someplace in the middle of nowhere on the way to nowhere. It's up to you where you want them displayed. But, right off the bat, I would like to hear from you within the next couple of weeks which size banner you would like. This one here is K-Pac sized. Doesn't sound right, but I know what I mean. And Port Huron, Marysville, I believe. Algonac is a little bit smaller. Just happen to have it. This one here is, I don't have another way of hanging this up. Lieutenant McCarrer's father was the CEO, I believe, of Chris Craft. He was a casualty for World War II. But you can see the difference in size between what one municipality has. A lot of them have fixed hardware on the streetlight poles.
Yeah, that's what I was
We don't
thinking,
have
but we don't have.
We don't have streetlights
So,
like that.
We're going to need a measurement from you as to what size you would like. We're not looking at getting these up on a proper display until 2021. Yesterday I scanned number 234 out of 580. Our magic line in the sand is 300. When we get 300, that's when we start raising money. That's when we start printing. I will tell you right up front, proudly, there's no way, shape, or form that any family member is going to be approached now or ever to contribute to these banners, to the cost of production, because they already paid. So what better tribute than to have...
So do we have to build a frame, or does it come with a frame? Or?
How would you like to display them? They don't come with a frame. That's the only reason we have this one is for presentations such as this.
Okay, well, our problem is, anything that's not nailed down is gonna disappear, so I guess we'd have to build something that we could,
Well, that's one of the reasons why, when they're on a display on a pole, they're at least, the bottom roll is at least 12 feet off the ground.
yeah.
So, but yeah,
Be
that's,
nice right
that's,
out front by the belts,
that's something that we have,
tamped down.
that we worry about.
Or on a
But
stand.
we like to leave as much of the decision-making process up to the governing body as possible.
Okay.
We just want them to be part of the project, and
Well, we got your number and everything. I think we can maybe kick it around a little bit and see what, if we have any other questions, we can get a hold of you, and then,
our hotline number is on that card. That's 24/7. I have access to that, but
okay.
the kudos for this project goes to the Department of Veterans Affairs. That's a special millage countywide, and if they can bring their likeness back to the main streets of the town that these kids grew up in, imagine what they can do for those who did come back. And that's why this is their signature project, is to get the public's awareness that they are there to serve and to guide veterans of all ages.
Okay, very good. Thank
And
you.
I wanna
Anybody
give
else have
kudos-
any other questions?
I want to give kudos to your treasurer, who has been a godsend of public service, guiding me through this, and it was her suggestion that I approach this board, because I don't know anybody down here, but she serves you well. And
I'd like to be like your, if I could, as being a veteran, I'd like to be your point of contact and kind of work with maybe representing the board to get with you.
your prior
and-
service?
Yep,
You never told me that.
yep. Army, go Army.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your time.
No,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much. You need any help with that stuff out there, Ed?
I'm going to sit here and wait until your meeting's over.
Oh, it's, okay. You're glutton for punishment.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, let's continue with our meeting on the consent agenda. We have the approval of the Township Board minutes from Wednesday, January 15th, the approval of the treasurer's reports and investment reports as of January 31st, 2020, including all CDs and money markets, reconciliation of general checking, 5667 as of 12/31, reconciliation of tax account 3905 as of 12/31, cash summary report by account general fund for December 31st, 2019, approval of clerk reports, revenue and expenditure report period ending January 31st, approval of paychecks, payroll dates from January 1st through January 31st, 2020, gross total amount of $25,001.27, approval of accounts payable, opens to be paid for January 31st, $524.67, and already paid 22 checks, 2309 through 2330, in the amount of $36,398.32. We have the Marine City Fire Authority runs for January. We have the Ira Township Fire runs for the month of January. And we have a copy of the Fifth Third credit card for December in the amount of $34.97. Do we have a motion to approve to pay the bills?
Is this applied to the minutes as well? Because I have a question about the minutes.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Did you find something you want to talk about?
Well, we didn't put nothing in the minutes about the proposal for Tim's, and we were going to table it to this meeting and review the policy on bids, and we were going to have some information on last two invoices. So I was going to ask for the minutes that we write in there that the supervisor proposed a 2% raise for Tim's lawn service, but we were supposed to table it to this month.
Okay.
So are we tabling it till next month, or? I didn't see anything.
Okay, I must not have remembered to put it in. I apologize for that.
Okay.
My suggestion is still a 2%. You had a question on checking the contract, which you told me you did check. You were,
The contract?
the current contract.
No, I didn't check anything.
Oh, I thought you said that. But you did look at it.
I looked at the bid proposal, which I reviewed it. because I didn't realize that for the past 5 years, I did check the income for the past 5 years for him, going fiscal year, and it was all over, like, every year was over 9,000. And I didn't see anything, I thought he was supposed to come in with invoices, and we don't have a contract, is what you said, right?
Well, we renewed the contract and just added the dates. And he's been doing that since 2015, I think.
Okay, so.
Maybe it was 16. Maybe it was 16.
If we're gonna table it, could we see the contract and decide whether, I mean, the policy says we should bid for any contract over $5,000, correct? Isn't that what it says?
I think that's what it was.
I mean, I don't,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think so.
I thought you
There's
said his
something over
contract, I
5,000,
thought
yeah.
you said he did, and do we have insurance? Can we see the insurance policy that he has?
He just sends us a certificate of insurance. He
Okay.
doesn't send us a whole policy, just a
Yeah.
cover
Could we
page.
see that packet together? Who has that information?
Well, it's in the clerk's office. I'll have to
Okay.
dig it up for you.
Well, I just thought if you made the proposal that you would put that paper together for us to take a look at.
Well, the last couple of years, we just added it, changing the dates only.
Okay.
He did ask for more money. I asked for he said 2 or 3%. I said, how about 2% across the board? And he was okay with that. And that's what I brought before the board last month. But you said you wanted to look at the agreement. I didn't know you were looking to see how much money it was. I'm
Well-
sure it's not gonna be that much this year because already we haven't had enough snow to even make it worthwhile. So you can't really use the $9,000.
I used it for the last 5 years. I think didn't I give you a copy of that?
Yeah.
It's 9, 9,
Yeah.
13, 9,
Yeah.
9. So if you
Okay.
go back and look, it's pretty steady, staying at the same amount.
Okay, and you would rather we go through a bid then for all of that?
That's my opinion.
I think that we should. I think
It's
people
been
would
5
like to
years.
see us get bids on
Okay, well, when you
something
bid
like
for
that.
grass, you do that in November for the following year. The snow you do in September for the winter. We're already well into past that. All your contracts are usually let already by now for next summer. I mean,
Well,
we're
if you-
already in February, so if you
It's
wanna,
always
if you wanna do this next year, that's fine. Give them 1 year this way, and I will get on it, making sure that the bids are out. But you're not gonna get anybody wanna bid it, is what I'm telling you.
Well, if you put a bid out and you don't get it, then, isn't that the process?
Yeah, really.
Well, not really, no, you're trying to get your job done. You wanna make sure that you've got people you can depend on.
Right?
Help me here, Tom. You understand how construction works. You know how,
The only thing it would be, kind of wouldn't be fair to Tim because he's got us figured for his next year's work.
yeah,
And at this point, if he lost this, and if he have to be trying to find something else to make up the lost work he's got, gonna miss from here.
why don't we just give him his agreement for just this coming year, and then we'll, if you wanna let it out.
Through March 31st of this year, is that what you're saying, a
Well,
fiscal
no,
year?
the grass has gotta be cut next year. You're not gonna get anybody that hasn't got their stuff all together by now. See,
Well, where do
you
you
let out,
start the
you
year?
let out grass
But where do you
contracts in
start the year?
October.
Where do we start the year?
It's the year that you're working for, so.
Okay,
But,
so.
yeah, when does the contract
Okay, the
usually
winter,
start?
winter would be
So he has
2019
two
to 2020.
contracts? He has,
Yes, and the grass would be from April to September or October.
So you don't think it would be possible to get any bids between now and April?
I really don't think so.
It might be possible to get it, but it wouldn't be fair to Tim at this point.
No,
It's too late for him to pick up the extra work for next year, because everybody else has already bid theirs
yeah,
out.
but that doesn't mean that he wouldn't get the job, but,
No, but
yeah. But just to see what other companies would charge us.
Why do we have the bid policy then?
well, normally you have time to do this stuff, but I just assume that with it being rolled over the last time he gave us 3 years, that if you wanted to give him a couple of years at this, I mean, he hasn't had an increase in 5 years. I mean, it's not like, I don't know many contractors will do the same, are you charging the same rate you did 5 years ago?
oh no.
I didn't think so.
Well, I guess you
But-
don't know until you put something out there, but,
Can I say something?
Sure.
It's been a long time, but I remember one time I sent a bunch of letters out for bids, hardly anybody responded. I mean, you may send 10, you're lucky if you get 2 or 3. So,
Well, why don't we table it? You already said last meeting, we don't have the paperwork, so why don't I make a motion that we table it till next month? You prepare, get the clerk the information, since you made the proposal.
I'll
And-
second that.
Okay, let's vote on that then. All in favor? Roll call vote, please.
What do we vote on?
We're voting to table this for another 30 days, and it was seconded by Susie.
Okay.
All in
Kathy?
favor?
I said, I made the motion, yes.
I seconded it.
Yeah, but she wants your vote.
Yes, I said yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
No.
Sherry? Yes.
Okay.
So the whole thing's just tabled at this point, and then we'll decide if we're gonna put it out for bids for
And-
this coming season,
Mhm.
next time, next month.
We'll be all right for next winter, but you're not gonna be any good this spring.
Yeah, that's.
For the minutes too, I'd like to have that in the minutes,
Yeah,
please, because
Yeah.
some things are in the minutes and some things aren't. I completely forgot about it because it wasn't in the minutes, so I listened to
yeah, I know, we talked about
the
it.
video
We didn't.
again. Thank you.
Okay. We had unfinished business. Number 1 is going to be G3 that we used off the announcements.
Okay, that's me, right?
Yep.
So I had put on there, this is in regards to dispersed and undispersed taxes from 2016 and 2018.
I know, but we put it right here.
When we came on board in November 21st of 2000, gosh, it's 16 already? What's that?
They're confused as to G3, which is the request for lawsuit updates versus what you're just talking
Oh.
about right now.
Okay,
So what you're talking about now is unfinished business.
Right.
The G3 goes under new business.
So it's under unfinished business, because this says none. So what are we putting here?
this
What is this
was,
labeled?
the request that I had made originally was put under, for some reason, announcements. But all I wanted was an update by Mary Agnes for the current lawsuit, Roshan's.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was going to update on the information, if necessary, with a lawyer on my issue with the monies that we've been trying to get from East China schools. So I didn't know if I was going to have it resolved by now. So I left it for an option in case we did have to have an attorney here to have a closed session. I didn't know what Mary Agnes was going to do, so I just left it as an option. So now, my issue is resolved, but it should be under unfinished business.
Okay, we moved it to
So
unfinished
that's
business.
unfinished, and then yours, I had requested as an agenda item, not an announcement, so I don't know why it was under announcements.
Well, I put it under announcements because you wanted to go into closed session, and then we discovered we can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that without an attorney, but I really wanted it as more a chance if we needed to go into, that we would have the option to make a motion to have an attorney present at next board meeting. That's the only reason I did that.
Okay, well, do you want to discuss any more on one?
Well, what I wanted to tell the board under unfinished business is that after 2.5 very long years of trying to get money back from East China schools because of errors that occurred prior to us taking office in the summer of 2016, I went back and forth with our auditors, I went back and forth with the schools, I went back and forth with the school auditors, I went back and forth with the representatives over there. And finally, just as a protection to the township, I thought I should speak to the attorney before I go any further, because it was getting to the point where I really didn't know what to do at this point. So last month, I met with Janelle, and we discussed some things, and we went over step by step, and she agreed with me, and the auditors agreed with me on this audit, and I received a check
Oh, good.
in the mail
Nice.
for $26,707 that was due to the township because of errors made on the 2016 summer taxes. Had I not pursued this money would come out of the general fund to pay bills. So this will be deposited into the tax account, and then I've got to contact the state of Michigan to find out.
Oh, are they gonna want it?
Well, we are putting this into the tax account right now. There were some issues that weren't addressed back in 2016, so I have to make sure that that's all taken care of. But I did not want to make that step till I knew I had the money in the account. So that was a big relief to get that check, and we got it, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I called Tammy, and she was real surprised, but happy, and so this will be cleared up, and the tax
Good.
account will be back to where it should be, so
Good.
that was that.
Very good.
Yeah.
Nice job. Okay, let's go on to new business. We have a request to approve payment for St. Clair County Water Supply System number 12, Series 2008 bond retirement payment, also known as Water District 2A. The principal due is on April 1st in the amount of $75,000 plus interest due in the amount of $15,825, which equals $90,825 plus an additional $75 for agent fees for a grand total of $90,900. Please have the check payable to the St. Clair County Road Commission by March 11th, 2020. Do we have a motion to approve payment? I will so move to approve payment in the amount of $90,900 for Water District 2A. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Roll call vote, please.
Tom,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you very much.
I like that chart that was put in here somewhere of the payments that are made and when it's paid off. That's kind of nice, because I don't think we've ever seen anything like that.
Well, that comes every time I give it to you.
I don't
They
remember.
mail it a little bit early now, because it
Yeah,
was
I
taking...
don't remember ever seeing that.
I don't
in
think
our-
we've ever had it in a
Yeah.
packet.
No? I thought I
That-
put it in every
Yeah, that's
time.
nice to see.
Top secret. I got one posted on the wall, too.
Oh, do you?
Okay.
That's good.
Item number 2 is request for approved payment for another water supply system for 12A Series 2009 bond retirement program for water districts number 3 and 4. The principal payment due May 1st in the amount of $125,000 plus interest in the amount of $25,281.25 plus an additional $750 for a once-a-year agent fee for the grand total of $151,031.25. Please make the check payable to the St. Clair County Road Commission by April 15th, 2020. We have a motion to approve a check for $151,031.25. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Roll call vote, please.
Tom,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Okay, item number 3 is the request by Assessor Barb Schutt in order to pay for Board of Review maps, ECF's land and sales studies in the amount of $320, as well as a current tax parcel polygon, 11 by 17 PDF book, and 4 current tax parcel polygons wall maps. These would be a total of $290 for a grand total of $610 for St. Clair County. We need permission to write the check for at least the $320 by tomorrow morning. Do we have a motion to do so?
I'll make the motion to issue a check in the amount of $320 for the land and sales study.
Okay,
I'll second.
all right. We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye by roll call vote, please.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. We have item number 4 is request by Assessor Barb Schutt to obtain access to the aerial imagery by paying for and signing the agreement for $750.11 for a complete 6-inch resolution upgrade, of which the county will pay for their half of the $750.11. We pay $750, the county pays $750. If the township board agrees to this cost, Cottrellville will be included in the summer 2020 flyover. Paperwork will need to be signed so the order can be placed. However, payment will not be due until November of 2020 when the production and delivery of the maps. I would so move to write a check for $750.11 so that Barb gets her maps.
I'll second.
All right. We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye by roll call vote, please.
Sue,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Sherry, yes. Mary Agnes?
Yes. You forgot me, didn't you?
No.
Request for payment, item number 4 is with Project Control Engineering, who is our township engineers, for 6.75% of a $10,000 invoice for obtaining the SEMCOG grant in the amount of $675. These invoices for work will be paid by funds in the Water and Sewer Department, at which time a single invoice will be submitted to obtain payment of the $10,000 grant, which will reimburse the township just the $10,000 by June of 2020. This was approved by DPW Superintendent Chris Hiltman. It's been okayed by his office. We need to pay this bill in the amount of $675 to Project Control Engineering.
I'll make a motion to pay Project Control the $675.
I'll second. All in favor signify by saying aye by roll call vote, please.
Sue,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
Item number 6 is a request for a donation to the St. Clair County Council on Aging Incorporated, the Washington Life Center, for our seniors in our township in a way of recreations, fitness, and social activities. Each year, they ask us to do this. Years ago, they used to give them $500. They discovered that wasn't legal, and now that they changed the regulation, she included that in her stuff. And if you still feel funny about taking it out of the general fund, I would ask that maybe you could take it out of the recreation fund. In the amount at like $300.
I think it's a great program. I go there myself, but I just don't think that we should make a donation on behalf of the residents. I feel if you want to make a donation, because we already pay a millage to the county
Right.
for seniors,
Yeah.
that you could make a private donation. That's how, that we're making, I don't think it's right that we make the decision for other residents.
Okay,
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. And I think we have to.
is that in the form of a motion?
Sure.
Okay, and Susie, was that okay, a second?
That
I'll
was
make
a
the
second,
motion.
yeah.
I'll make
Okay.
the motion.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Start with the Senate.
Start with this end, is that what you said?
Mhm.
Sue,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
No.
Sherry, no.
Did we used to
Motion
give them
carried.
money?
Yes, we always did.
But
Yeah.
I thought it was like 100 or
was,
something. I thought we cut it out for a
It was,
while.
you weren't supposed to. It was, there was,
that-
I don't think we did last time.
yeah.
I
We
didn't
haven't-
think so
We haven't,
either.
since Bill was,
Tom cut it out.
was it Tom? I thought it was
I
Bill.
think so, because it still was in when I was working.
Was it?
He was in there.
I don't know if they always had a millage for seniors with the county. I don't know.
What was your alternative thing to get the funds from where? From recreation?
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec?
Mm-hmm.
What would be the problem with taking it out of there?
What?
Is there a problem that we?
No, I would have no problem.
And there's money in Parks and Rec?
Yes, I just got a check for $16,134, didn't we?
I'll make a motion that we donate $500 to them on Parks and Rec.
Have we done the budget for Parks and Rec yet?
It's almost finished. It's not,
So why don't we, I don't think that's right.
I think
Can
they're
the money
looking
in
for
Parks and
money.
Rec be
Used for that?
it's
Yeah.
recreation, and that's all senior recreation. We would just
But
specify that.
township Recreation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's all kind of things
I
that
mean,
are
I'm
in
just
there
saying.
if you ever saw, that they're hurting for money, because I get newsletters from them.
All right,
Well,
well,
one other thing too.
Is that a motion?
unless he wants to change his vote.
I changed the motion to get it from Parks and Rec, but
Well,
the citizens, they know where I live.
we all do, Tom.
Yes, we all do.
All right, is that in the form of a motion, sir?
Yes,
That you want to take $500 out of the Parks and Rec to forward to the Washington for Life Center?
yes.
I would second that. All in favor signify by aye now for this motion. Roll call vote, please.
Sue,
No.
Kathy,
No.
Mary Agnes,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you very much.
Mary,
Yes, ma'am?
going back to item number 3,
Yes.
the way it was stated was you only said yes for the 320, so you're not doing the 610 total because you didn't do the.
Well, we didn't do the 610 because it's not going to be due till after April 1st. This 320, if we give them the money tomorrow, we'll have it right after the board review.
Right, so
So
in
I
the
did,
future, this will have to go on there again for the additional 290? 'Cause
Yep, unless
the
you want to,
motion
unless,
only said 320. I
Yep.
just wanted to point that out.
yep, well, we can add it now if you want.
Is that a motion?
I can't motion, I'm just pointing it out.
I'm sorry.
All right, I will correct my motion to include. Is that better, or you want me to just do a different motion?
I think Kathy made the motion on that one, I don't know.
Make the motion to the
Yeah,
motion?
Kathy made the motion.
Okay. Do you want to change the total now to
We can
610?
change, yeah, sure.
We can,
I'll make the
Divvy it up.
motion to pay the full amount, the $320, as well as, and $290 for a grand total of $610.
right. Okay, now, who made the motion? Did Susie do that?
Sue seconded.
Okay, Sue, are you all right with that?
Yes, I
Okay.
second that.
All right. Now, everyone
So
want to
we're
vote
doing,
again?
610.
Are we all set? All in favor signify by saying aye. Roll call, please.
Tom,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mary Agnes.
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you for catching that. That was always a good thing when you help us. Okay, we did,
Number 7.
we're up to 7, right?
Yep.
Okay. Request by Assessor Barb Shutt to approve, for approval of printing of the assessment notices, folding, insert into a number 10 envelope, sort, mail first class. The quantity is 1,922 pieces for $450 and a postage in the amount of $747.66. Grand total of $1,197.66. The request is for postage first, which would be the $747.66, and then the balance will come when they finalize the bill, but it may be a little bit different. They prefer not to have it all in one chunk. So with that in mind, the grand total will be somewhere around $1,197.60, give or take. But the amount that has to go out right away is $747.66, and I would move that happen that way. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right. All in favor signify by saying aye. Roll call vote, please.
Tom,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mary Agnes,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you very much. Item number 8, request by Treasurer Shue for, is that a Freudian
I've
slip?
been called shrew before many times.
To view
It's better than rat.
Review the holiday schedule that was approved for 2020. The board had approved on Monday, the Monday after Easter, April 13th, 2020 as a day off, and the day before Thanksgiving Day, November 25th, 2020 as a day off. Treasurer would like to see the office open on those 2 days.
Okay, this all started when I was doing the schedule for, the schedule you have right there, and I said, what is April 13th? I didn't even know that was a holiday. And I thought it was an administrative error, so I went over to Sherry and I said, did you realize that you had 2 holidays, or April 13th on there? I said, that's not a holiday. And she said, oh, no, Mary Agnes added that one and the day before Thanksgiving. That was put on as an addition to, I think, the December board meeting at the
Yep.
last minute. Shame on me for not seeing it. maybe it's a good idea when
Yeah, and I
you make
didn't see it
changes
till
like
later,
that to maybe
yeah.
highlight it, because I thought we were just approving the prior year's same holiday schedule or same number of days. But April 13th is a Monday.
Easter Monday is what it's referred to as.
I
never
don't think
heard
we've
that.
ever had Easter
No.
Monday off.
No, but I was trying a new tradition.
Yeah, well,
Everyone in the office was real happy about it,
no,
but I think you were off that day.
no, I wasn't.
You were here?
I was here when we asked for the schedule, yes. In fact, Nicole asked for it a few times the day of the meeting, and it was something that someone had forgot to do for the agenda, so. Anyways,
Okay, well,
I wouldn't have seen it, I wouldn't have noticed it regardless, but no, it was never discussed with me because I know I would have brought that up had I seen
okay, well,
April 13th.
do you want, in the form of a motion, do you want me to
I'm
remove
making
those
a
2 days?
motion that we remove April 13th and November 25th, that they be regular working hours for all officials and employees.
And we have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye. We're not really spending money, but go ahead, roll call, please.
Tom,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Mary Agnes,
No.
Sherry, no.
Okay, motion carried, you guys get her. All right, request for approval for resolution number 2020-02, changing the dates for the border review from March 20th only. These are set by state statute. We caught it when we were putting the ad in the paper for the border review, and it happens to fall on Sherry's election. And so we decided to change those dates, but I have to do it by board action. So if it's possible, we would like to change the dates to Monday, March 3rd, from 9 a.m. to 12 noon and 1 to 4 p.m. On Wednesday, March 11th, 9 a.m. to noon and 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And Thursday, March 12th, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So I would make that motion to offer this resolution, and I need a support.
Excuse me, I'll second.
Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye. By roll call vote, please.
Sue,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Mary Agnes,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you. Where are we at here? Approval of raising zoning department fees, we're gonna remove that one because I asked her to look at all 3. She thought I only wanted her to do electrical, and we have 2 more that will be on next month, so. Number 11 is property that we have purchased from the county in tax foreclosure, 15.56 acres. We purchased it in the summer, and the tax tribunal is gonna want, since it's government-owned, that we're gonna have to tell them what we wanna do with it so that we can get a tax exemption for not having to pay taxes on it. So, with board approval, I'd like to have your permission to write a resolution to that effect so that, and we'll get it signed next month. And that would be my motion as well.
So you're designating it as,
DPW property, proposed DPW. It can be changed at any point in time if you got a better thing that you want to do. If you want to put a water tower up, you want to put a sewer system, filtration plant there, anything you want to do. But right now, or you make it a park if you want.
that's right, now that you mentioned that before about the year's time, because we couldn't do it last year because it was in the year.
Right,
of.
right.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to designate it as proposed DPW.
W? Okay, I'll support that. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Nays? Hearing none, motion carried. Thank you very much. We got everything done on that side. Okay, St. Clair County Road Commission has requested our annual trip up to their office there for updates on the county road work that's going to be done. It's going to be Wednesday, February 26th, from 1 to 3:30 p.m. That's already been confirmed, and we just meet you up at the road commission on that date.
Is Tom going? Tom, are you going, do you know?
I'm not sure yet.
Well, if you're not, then refresh my memory on that tube that we talked about the other day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the other item was the workshop meeting number 2 is scheduled for Wednesday, February 19th at 12 noon. Now, we have board members' comments. Anything bothering you, Susie?
Well, I have this ankle I broke.
No, not body, not body
Okay,
parts,
no,
just,
yeah, okay. No, no, everything's fine.
I
Anything
just
bugging
wanted to, nothing's bugging me, but I just wanted to let the residents know that February 14th, by 5 PM, Dropbox is the last time to pay your winter taxes, summer and winter, but your winter taxes without penalty. So we are not going to be open for business hours on Friday, but we will be checking the Dropbox at close of, I think we have to check it at 5 PM. Or I'll be checking it. And after that, you will incur a penalty of 3% through the 28th of February. Then it goes to county. So 5 PM.
No, March 2nd.
Oh, March 2nd, right, leap year, March 2nd. So February 14th, 5 PM, Dropbox is the last payments we take without penalty.
We are closed on Monday.
Yeah, Monday's a holiday, so it's really kind of a goofy year with the leap year.
okay, I put down number 12, attorney. What did we do that for, Kathy, do you remember?
That was for yours.
Okay,
The only reason I had attorneys on there was I wasn't sure I was gonna have to ask Janelle,
Okay,
or if you were gonna have to ask
all right.
whichever attorney's representing us on that issue with you.
And just so it's in the record, I provided you with information from the insurance company attorney. And also, I handed you out, I just got this morning, I haven't been through it myself, but it's from Katie Fairchild. She's in Department of Environmental in Warren for the health, and she's got several pages of things that she's discussed with the new Department of Environmental, Great Lakes and Energy, Eagle. So I imagine they're a little nervous about some of the flooding that's going on, and they're telling you what it does not cover. So that's just for your information. I'll leave some of those duplicated and leave them on the desk in there so that if anybody wants to talk about it, they can, and at least so you're aware of it a little bit, but that's all I know.
Are we, with this number 12 and the attorney and this, I'm sorry, I kind of got off track
Yeah.
with the confusion on the numbers. I'd like to make a motion that we do meet with our attorneys, that the whole board meets, or set up a time where we can have a closed session. We have this, but we haven't really met with the attorney.
Okay, well, there's little to discuss with the board at this point, since the parties have not commenced discovery.
Okay. So if we ask questions to you at this point?
Write them down, and I'll forward them to him, and he can answer them
Okay.
back.
Okay.
That way it doesn't cost us so much money to have him come in person.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
All right. Another announcement was the St. Clair County Road Commission is accepting applications for summer help at various facilities and departments. Examples of duties are mowing, flagging, general maintenance, and providing general assistance to our production and engineering departments. Ideal candidates will be college students 18-plus years of age and must possess a strong work ethic. We offer a 4-day, 10-hour work week schedule and an hourly rate of $12.50 an hour, and applications will be accepted through Friday, April 10th. Full description and applications are available at the Central Service Office at 21 Airport Drive, St. Clair Township, Michigan, or on the website. And a drug test is required. That's all I have. There ain't no more. So I guess we'll have a motion to adjourn unless, Tom, did you have anything you wanted to add? I didn't even think to ask you. I stopped with Kathy.
No, I'm fine.
You're fine? I know Sherry doesn't have much to say. She's pretty quiet, so. All right, do we have a motion to adjourn, please, at whatever time it is?
I'll make a motion to adjourn at whatever time it is.
8:26.
26.
Sorry.
I'll second.
Okay.
All right, we have a motion and a, did you say, Susie, that you were seconding?
Second.
Yes, all right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Nays? Hearing none, motion carried. We are adjourned for the evening. Thank you very much.